so I can record. Thank you, Mallory. I know you've been working behind the scenes. I owe you a gluten-free brownie. So thank you. All right. So I'm excited. We're recording. So you guys can give this to your friends that need to take a listen. All right. So what we're going to do is we're just going to share a little bit about the product. My story coming into Isagenix, I was really opposite of most people because I came in for the business. Everyone else that I know, most people that I know came in because they wanted to feel better. They wanted to lose weight. They wanted to get more fit. Me, I was overweight. I was 30 pounds overweight. I'm only 5'3", so I was wearing about a size 14, 12 to 14. And I was in complete denial. I would go to the doctor and I would be borderline obese. But if I put in that I was large bone, I was okay. So I would be like, I'm large frame. So I was always justifying my weight. And now I look back at pictures. I'm so mad at my husband. I'm like, why didn't you tell me? But of course, what husband would say that? And so I came in looking for the business, and I was able to lose 30 pounds in 3 months. My husband ended up losing 20 pounds in 3 weeks and 50 pounds in 3 months. We've both been able to keep the weight off the entire time, and it's completely transformed our lives. For me, and my energy levels are completely different. I was telling somebody yesterday, and I know that you have to feel my sincerity because I'm just sincere about it. I literally feel better at 43 than I'm almost 44 though. I can still say 43. I literally feel better at 43 than I did even in my 20s. And when I say that, I legitimately mean that. This is the first time in my life that I've experienced the type of mental clarity. I think it really was a real reality to me. My daughters and I went to the zoo recently, and we were walking, and it was hot, and I could smell like the gorillas. You guys have to know what I'm talking about. And for the first time in I don't know when, well, ever since I've been in Isagenix, but at the zoo, I literally dawned on me, there were times when my kids were little and I was just trying to walk them through the zoo, and I'm like 20-something years old, and I felt so exhausted and so hot and so dizzy. And I went to the zoo and I'm like, could keep going, like I could have ran through the thing. And so to have that type of energy has just completely transformed my life. Now financially, Isagenix has been a huge blessing, and probably even a bigger blessing than what I guess I give it credit for or what I know. Literally, when we came into the company, we were able to earn, my husband and I earned $91,000 in our first 5 months. We then had to take a 2-year sabbatical that I turned into a 3-year sabbatical. But over that time, I was still earning a 6-figure income. And when I say sabbatical, I was literally sitting on the couch watching Oprah, watching TV, Netflix, Cupcake Wars. I mean, I can talk about Cupcake Wars with the best of them because I just was doing nothing. And literally, I was able to make that 6-figure income. And so it has been an amazing, amazing process. Right now, this year, we're tracking $300,000 in income. And so it's really a pretty cool thing. I love it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, we're going to talk about the products, and I'm going to show the business. The reason why I believe our income has stayed so strong is that our products are out of this world. I had a doctor speaking last night on one of my presentation, on a presentation for me, and he said Isagenix does not cure, treat, or heal any disease, but our bodies are able to our body is able to heal itself. And he said with the right superfood, when you put that into the body will begin to do what it's supposed to do. And Isagenix is hands down the right superfood. And this comes from a biochemist genius, walking, talking, living, breathing doctor that's like, this is the best stuff out there. And so the first of our products that I'll share with you is our shake. Our shake is what's called an undenatured whey. It comes from New Zealand. In New Zealand, it is illegal for there to be any types of pesticides, herbicides. Cattle are only milked within season. and which is they're only milked 8 months out of the year. They're able to rest for 4, which gives you a very, very good quality whey. Then when Isagenix takes the whey and processes it, it's cold processed. That is so important for you to remember, because when it's cold processed, the enzyme is left living. That living enzyme helps to transport the nutrients into the body. And so we'll talk to people, when Shalane was talking about her husband and his acid reflux, it is the probiotic that is naturally in the shake that's going in and nipping that in the bud. So it's not like he has to take an extra probiotic. It's already in the shake. And it's not even like Isagenix puts a probiotic in the shake. The enzyme's still living, so it's naturally in there. It's incredible. Our shake has 24 grams of protein. It also has 24 grams of carbs. So one thing you'll see with Isagenix is that you don't feel tired. This is not a diet. When anyone calls it a diet, I almost want to cringe, because it is not. This is the most simple thing that I've ever done in my life, and the most satisfying. That's because the shake is a superfood. The first time I drank the shake, before I drank it, I told my husband and my friend Hillary, I said, this is never going to work for me, because I've never had a shake work. In the past, I will drink a shake and then I will go eat a pan of brownies after I drink the shake, because I'm still hungry. And then I end up getting fatter, because I always off and on. When I was little, I was chubby. My parents thought it was cute. I think they just kept feeding more brownies, and I was the youngest, and I think they all liked my chubby cheeks, and so they all, like, that was me. Like, I was never the little thin one. And so even like my uncle said to me one time, where'd you get your heaviness from? Neither your mom or dad are heavy. And I'm like, that's because my parents feed me brownies all the time. So I was always craving. And so whenever I started drinking the shake, I noticed that I just felt full. I didn't need it. Like, literally, I know this is going to sound crazy, and some of you guys are going to be like, okay, that girl had a real food issue. But I could not just eat like a little bit of brownie or a little bit of cake. I would eat it all, like a big man. Like, that was me. And since I've been on Isagenix, that's just not an issue. I never had to think to myself, oh, I'm going to cut back. Oh, I'm not going to do it anymore. I just didn't want it. And that's because my body was finally getting the superfood, the nutrition that it needed. I didn't crave carbs anymore, because my body was getting the minerals that it needed. And that's the shake. Then we have what's called the Ionic Supreme. It's my very favorite product on the product line. I'm not going to go a ton into this, but you guys, if any of you struggle with any type of headaches or migraines, I simply want you to Google, how can I naturally help migraines? Just Google it. How can I naturally help my migraines? What you're going to see is you're going to see a list of things to help them. Or how can I naturally help my thyroid? How can I naturally help my adrenal glands? This is a crazy thing. Our ancestors didn't have all these issues. They didn't have autoimmune things. They didn't have adrenal things. They didn't have thyroid things. But our environment was so much more lush and so much more full of minerals that our body got what it needed. The Ionic Supreme literally has everything in it as if you lived in the jungle. If you lived in the jungle, everything that you would eat would help the body to thrive. Everything like that is in the Ionic Supreme. It has 98 trace minerals. Its major job is to support the adrenal glands. It helps to support the thyroid. And it also helps tremendously with anxiety, with if you're feeling anxious, feeling kind of jittery. I can remember being in a room and just like hearing all the noise like around me, like everyone's talking, and having a really hard time focusing on what I'm doing because of all the noise. I would feel super anxious. I just don't deal with that anymore. I don't have that anymore. And so what the minerals do is just incredible. And then we have the Cleanse for Life. Our Cleanse for Life is not a colon cleanse at all. I have a new word for you guys. It does not affect your poopability. I learned that word this weekend and I love it. It has nothing at all to do with that. It actually helps to pull the toxins out, and those toxins actually are flushed out through the urine. For me, the biggest difference that I saw, I will tell you that when I faithfully started cleansing my body, I went and picked up my last inhaler. It's still sitting in the box in our medicine cabinet. I've never opened it. because when I started cleansing my body, my immune system quit being so confused and fired up all the time. And so it is an incredible product. It also helps tremendously with weight loss because it does force your body to burn visceral fat when you're cleansing your body. And so we can get you more information on those core products. We also have product B, which is an anti-aging product. There's Nobel Prize winning research behind that. I do feel like it has made an incredible difference in the tightening of my skin, even the skin around my C-section scar. Just an incredible, incredible product. And so those are really the core products. Now, if someone were to want to purchase the products, what happens is they pay $29. That enrolls them into Isagenix. They're able to purchase whatever products they want to purchase at wholesale. So it's like a Sam's Club's membership or like Amazon Prime. And that's kind of what that looks like. Then the pack prices, the person that had you call on can help you to determine what package would work best for you, both dependent upon your finances and your need. But it would be anywhere between $148 all the way up to $559 that you would pay depending upon what pack you wanted. Now, what I want to do is I want to get into the business side of this. And I know that's why most of you are on the line tonight. And so I want to go through this. I'm going to try to go through it very quickly because I know that we had a little bit of a late start and then we got bumped up and all kinds of fun stuff. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of show you what this looks like. So when you come into Isagenix, this is you. You come in and you have the ability to purchase wholesale from Isagenix. At this point, you are what's called an associate. That means that you have wholesale rights. You also have the right to refer the product to other people. This is you. Now let's say that you come in and you tell your friend about Isagenix and his name is Bob. And let's say that you come over here and you tell this friend about Isagenix and her name is Jan. That is what our company calls U plus 2. When you do U plus 2, you tell 2 people, you become what is called a consultant and you make $50. Now, you make some other money that I'm not going to talk about tonight just for time's sake, but every time somebody orders a pack, there's other bonuses that you make. But for the purpose of this call, I'm not going to go that deep into it. There is extra money in addition to what we're talking about. Now, let's say that Bob, that you told, let's say that Bob starts getting totally fit and he tells 2 people about Isagenix and they purchase Isagenix. Because Bob told 2 people about Isagenix, then he's going to get paid $50 because he became a consultant. But because you brought Bob in and Bob told 2 people, Isagenix pays you $100 thank you. Pretty cool. Then when Jan tells her 2 friends, Isagenix pays you $100. This is called U plus 2, then plus 2. When that happens, you get an additional $250 bonus if you do that in your first 60 days. So if you tell 2 people that tell 2 people, you make $250, $350, $450, $500 just for doing that. Now, what I want to talk to you about is what that work looks like. It is not really like work. So what I do is I use the product religiously. I take it. I like it. Sometimes I cheat. Sometimes if I go to the movies, I'll eat popcorn and I say I ate popcorn and I document it all on my Facebook and on my Instagram. So I document working out. I document what I do. I document my husband being crabby at me. I document my family bossing me around because they're all way more fit than I am. I document my life of using these products. If I drink a shake, I take a picture of it. I'll show you what I did yesterday because I want you guys to kind of understand how this business works because it's not like you're peddling Isagenix. You're not doing that. It's just a natural part. You use it, you get results, and people ask you about it. So here's a for instance. I took this picture of my shake yesterday. I did a workout. My daughter coaches our boot camp. We had to do the duck walk in public, in the track. There was like 20 people there, and I'm down on my knees squatting like a duck, and people are like literally laughing. I saw them laughing at me. That was me. And so I literally post, I deserve the peanut butter on my shake because I just duck walked in public. I am kidding you not. People messaged me and said, hey, what's that shake you were drinking? So that's what I do. They ask what it is, and then I tell them. So that's what the work looks like. And then you teach your team to do the same thing. Now, let's say you tell somebody else about Isagenix, and they tell 2 people. And then somebody else that you know, they tell 2 people. You make 100 and 100. You tell somebody else, they tell 2 people, you make 100. You tell somebody else, they tell 2 people, you make 100. That's you plus 2, them plus 2, times 3. When that happens, you make a $750 bonus in addition. Now, you tell somebody else, and they tell their 2. You tell somebody else, they tell their 2. I know this is redundant, and I'm almost done. You tell somebody else, and they tell their 2. Last time here. Now, this is you plus 2, them plus 2, times 5. When that happens, you make another $1,000. So all those bonuses added up are $3,050. So that's an amazing deal. It's an amazing amount of money. But I will tell you this, when I was already making 6 figures in another company, I had a $1 million retirement program. But I want you to know that I'm a numbers freak. Even though my hair is blonde and I'm kind of bubbly, I'm a numbers freak. And so when I went and I looked at this, I didn't even want to go listen. My friend said, come listen, and I ignored her. Like I didn't message her back. I just kept ignoring her and ignoring her. So finally her husband called my husband and said, you guys need to come listen, just look at this. So we went, and I was mad to go listen because I didn't want to be there to begin with. And the first thing she drew out was this. And I'm like, okay, that's a total of $3,050. But I earned that selling lipstick in my first month. Why in the world would, let me just be honest, why in the world would I want to start drinking shakes? I like brownies. Like lipstick is no discipline. But drinking shakes and changing things, why would I want to do that for $3,050? That's the first thing that went into my mind. Now, of course, that sounds so superficial because now I'm drinking shakes and I feel amazing and I talk about them and I'm obsessed about them and I'm like now hippie and weird. But to begin with, I didn't want to do this stuff. I mean, I'm so glad I did. God used it. Like I wouldn't have ever gotten healthy if it weren't for this. So here's the $3,050. But the next piece that I'm going to show you is what made me understand that even though I had a $1 million retirement plan, that I knew I could make $100,000 a year more doing this than I could doing the other. And I thought if for 10 years I make $100,000 more a year than what I'm doing in my current business, that's my $1 million retirement plan. And so that night, after seeing this, I made a decision to walk away from that because I believe so much in this compensation plan. So this is what I saw that intrigued me. As soon as you add 2 people, your gates open and then you're able to earn on every single thing that comes below you. You have a right team and you have a left team. Now, you heard about the products. You heard Jackie's story, you heard my story, you heard Shalane's story. Everybody has the same story. There's a 99% success rate. So this guy has success and he tells 2 people. So does this guy. So does this guy. Maybe this guy tells 10 and they all tell people. And this guy. And this guy. And this guy. Same over here. This guy tells 2 people and this guy tells 2 people and this one and this one and this one tells a bunch of people. And what happens is it begins to branch out in all of these different directions. As long as you've told 2 people, someone on your left, and someone on your right, you get paid on all of it, all right? So when these people order product, it's worth points. I'm not gonna go real deep into why it's worth points, it just is, because we're international. It's easier for the company to do the math, and me, and all of us, to do the math if we're working with points instead of currency. So I have people in Indonesia in my tree, their currency is way different than ours, so everything's turned over to points. So if this guy orders 200 points, and this guy orders 200 points, 200 points, 300 points, let's say this guy orders 400, and this guy orders 200, this guy orders 100 and 200, and this guy orders 600 and 200. These people are just ordering points. Okay, it's like a football team. All of these points that all these people ordered, this guy way down here, there's no way you know him. He's so far down your tree, but he orders 200 points, you earn on it. If all of these points add up over here to 6,000 points, and all of these points over here add up to 3,000 points, all accumulated, you get points for everybody. Now watch, 3,000 plus 6,000 equals 9,000 points total. Every time one of your teams has 300 points and the other team has 600 points, for a total of 900 points, you earn 6% commission, which is $54. So if you take the 900 points, 300, 600, let's say this is 9,000, and you divide it over here, it goes in 10 times. You take 10 times 54, that's $540 that you just earned in passive income. So I'm gonna show you this one more way. Today, I went to the coffee shop with my daughters in Columbia. I met with Christy. While I was there, I didn't sell to anyone. I didn't close anyone. I didn't talk to anyone, but I cycled 4 times during the day. If you take 4 times 54, I ended up making about $216 today in passive income. And so that's what you're looking at, because people who told people who told people who told people, I wasn't doing anything. You guys, I could have never done that in my other business. It's incredible. So what I want to show you is this. And this is the reason why you're on. Okay, a long time ago, this was me. I came in and I started building a team. I put in a bunch of business builders all right in a row. Then I talked to Jackie. I thought, I think Jackie's gonna be good, so I'm gonna put her over here. Jackie then talked to Shalane. Then Jackie talked to Emily. Now what I want you to notice is Emily is right here below Shalane, but Jackie told Emily. Then Shalane tells Shirley. And then Shirley tells Chris. All right, I think that's kind of everyone that started out this together. Okay, so now we have Jackie, Shalane, Emily, Shirley, Chris, and me, all right? Now, everyone has continued to tell people. So down under Jackie, there's like over 300, there's an excess of 300 people that's came in under Jackie that I'm not drawing in the tree. But this is what I want you to understand is between February and now, we've added around 300 people. We're making our next push, our next wave. And you have the opportunity to come in on a power team, and I'm gonna show you what that means to you. So what's gonna happen is I'm getting ready to add 4 more heavy hitters. When my people come in, they will be business builders. Because they're business builders, they're gonna be adding people. Because that's what we do. Because they're coming in to make money. So they're gonna be adding people. And then Emily is gonna be adding 4 people. And then Shirley has to add 3 people. And Chris has to add 3 people. And these people are all gonna be adding people because it has to be business builders. Now, what does this mean to you? This is what this means to you. Let's say that Lindsay, because you're in my top right, I see you, so I'm going to pick on you. So let's say that Chris puts in Lindsay right here. This is Lindsay. Here's Lindsay. And let's say that I come in, which this is happening by Sunday, and I add 4 more business builders. When those 4 business builders come on, Lindsay, or whoever would happen to take that spot, those 4 business builders are all under you. So now you're able to earn on them, even though I put them in and I don't know you, and Chris put you in, you're now able to earn volume on all of them because I placed them below you. Shirley said to me a minute ago, I'm putting somebody new in my tree tomorrow. So when Shirley's person goes in, they're going to go right here, and you earn on them. Not only them, but anybody they bring in. And so what happens is all this volume, so this 300 people, we're duplicating it. So what's going to happen is those 300 people, it's not like it might happen at will, we're going to push it through. So these 300 people are coming down here. And if you can just look at Lindsay, let's say she makes a decision to do this now. If Lindsay comes in, what happens is all 300 of those people are now under her. And if you can imagine that volume coming up, it's probably going to be like legitimately like 60,000 points. That's enough for 100 cycles. That's like $5,000. And so Lindsay's going to have this massive lake here. And what's going to happen is every time she puts in what's called a president's pack over here, and people are ordering, this guy orders 300 points, Lindsay cycles, 300 points, Lindsay cycles, 300 points, Lindsay cycles, because 2/3 of her work is already built for her. Now, when you come in, you're going to put 5 heavy hitters over here, but as soon as you're done doing that, you're going to put 5 more people over here. The average person coming into Isagenix, like when Shalane came in, well, Shalane's a bad example. When I came in, not a bad example, but just because she's on the Power Lake. When I came in, this was me. I had to put 1 on my left and 1 on my right and 1 on my left and 1 on my right and 1 on my left and 1 on my right. I had to hit 900 points in a cycle. I would have had to have 3 president's packs to cycle, whereas you guys have to have 1 300-point a cycle every time. So literally, it is almost like coming in on this power leg that you can count on, which allows you to do a lot less activity to make the same amount of money. And I know that we're going to time out because we're on a 30-minute Zoom, but that's basically what I have. If you guys have questions, find me on Facebook, message me, hop on the phone with whoever had you get here, get on, and we'll do a 3-way call and I can help you. But what I want you to know is this: if you've been praying or you're like, okay, I'm looking for something, there is no way this is by accident, because I have 9,000 team members, and when I'm putting in my own people, this is where I put them in. If my best friend was coming in, this is where I would put them. This is the very hottest spot in my entire organization of 9,000 people. And so I want you guys to kind of keep that in the back of your mind. And if you have questions, let us know. But thank you so much for listening. I know we're going to time out. Thank you, guys. Bye, everybody.